Hello guys, welcome to TechHead. So in this series we are discussing around data structure and algorithms, and we have picked up the topic called recursion. So if you guys are following, then you can see that we have started recursion problems, and we planned like we'll be doing some basic problems first, and after that we'll be jumping onto lead code and try to pick up some easy problems, then medium problems, and then hard problems. So today we are going to do another basic problem or the easy problem in the recursion. Those are the starting phase problems of the recursion. So this is called the sum of the digits. So this problem we are going to solve it. Okay, so let's get started. Uh, Let me jump into the IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. Okay, so here it is. So yesterday's program is this. So let me delete this one. Otherwise, let me create a new class. That is digits. So here is our class called sum of digits. Let me write up main method first. Okay, so we will be doing like this. So first we will discuss the logic, how we are going to build a logic around this sum of digit problem, and then we'll follow the basic guidelines of the recursion and try to implement those three things which we have mentioned or discussed in the previous video. That's it. That is the base condition, recursion logic, and we have edge case handled. So these three things after that we'll be putting through. So first let's discuss the problem. So what is this? So in this problem, what we need to do is we'll be having a number like 1 2 3 4. This will be our input, and the output will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. It's 10, I think. Yeah. 4 3 7 8 9 10. Yeah. So it will return 10. Okay. So we will be doing the solution in the recursive approach. So let me create a function first, and I will be putting this function as static because I'm not going to create an object of the sum of digits. We'll be directly calling this method. It will return integer so sod, and it will take another integer as the input. Okay, yeah. So now we need to find out a logic to build this. Okay, let's first design this function. So first we need to do if second part is if condition, third part is logic. So yeah, in this logic part, we'll be calling the same function with the lesser inputs. Okay, now let's find out the logic first, and then we'll jump into the function. Okay, so in this thing, what we are seeing, like if we have if we have a number, we need to add all of its numbers basically. So the simple thing we can do first, we can take the modulus of this number. So what if we took a modulus of this number 1 2 3 4 percentile of 10? So we'll be getting 4. Okay, so we have got the last number, and now we need to add this number with the previous three numbers. Okay, for this what we need to do, we need to like get rid of this number and then proceed with the same approach. Correct? So if we do 1 2 3 4, now divided by 10, then we'll be getting 1 2 3. Since it's we are taking integers and we are performing integer operations, then what it will do, it will remove these floating points over there. So yeah, so in this case the point numbers will be uh, removed from here automatically by Java, because it's a statically typed language. If you guys are using like Node.js or Python, so you need to use that math library where you can do like math.float number, where if you do that thing, you will be getting this number and only. Okay. So in this case, what we are getting 1, 2, 3. So we have got rid of this 4. So we have already consumed this 4 here. Then we'll be again dividing this. Sorry, taking module. We'll take the modulus by 10. So in this case, we'll be getting 3. So again, we'll take this 3 and put it over here. So by recursively following this approach, we can get to a place where we'll be getting all of the numbers addition. So if we follow this pattern, so what we can get is like, first we need to do modulus kind of thing. So if our number is n, so it will be like n percentile of 10. First we need to do. So I'll be getting the last number. Then in recursive call, inside the recursive call, we need to pass n divided by 10 so that we can repeat this part. Correct. So this will be our answer. Okay. Yeah. So we have built our logic now. So this is the logic which we are following to uh, uh, get the solutions. So first write this logic and try to run it. After that, we'll think about some edge cases, what it can be present in there. So let me write it. So we have a number over here. So I need to return, logic will be number percentile of 10. First I need to get this thing. So let me put it in a bracket for readability. Okay. So we are doing the sum of digits, so we'll be doing plus over here. So in this case, now what we'll do, we'll call SOD again, and this time we'll call it with number 10. So it's a so in the last video I've told you, whenever we are doing recursion, so we'll be calling the same method with the smaller input. So here we are doing the same thing. So we are calling the same method with the smaller input, and we are adding the extra part over here. Okay. Now we need to write the base condition. If we don't write the base condition over here, so it will be giving us a Stack Overflow error, or it will be going into an infinite thing. So it will overflow the stack. So we need to write a condition which will break this logic. So yesterday I have mentioned another thing, like the base condition. Whenever you try to write a base condition, you need to provide the smallest valid input. Okay. So in this case, what is the smallest valid input? So it will be like, let's say, so it can be 0. If it's 0, then we'll return 0. If there is no number, then we'll return 0 over here. Let's do it like this and try to run this and check whether it's working or not. Okay, then after that we'll be going through some edge cases. And rest is equal to 0. We'll pass it. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Print line, and we'll be printing rest over here. Now let's run this and check if we got any errors or what happened with the solution. We are getting 10. So we are getting the result which we have thought, which is correct. So let's try with another thing. Let's try with 5, another 4. It should be 14. So we are getting 14. Yeah, so our logic is working fine, and our base condition is also working fine. So now let's find some edge cases. So one edge case can be 1.2, but since it's a statically typed language, so if we pass 1.2 over here, it will give us a compile time error only, so you cannot pass it. Now, so another case is 1 to minus or a negative integer. So in this case, let's run it and let's see what happens. We are getting minus 10, which is not the correct answer over here. So what we need to do that. So let's write a let's handle this edge case. So if it's less than 0, we can convert it to a positive number because we don't have any issue with this sign. It can be anything, but we just need to add the digits, correct? So in this case, if we get the negative number as well, we'll convert it to positive. That, I think that will work for our use case. So let's say number, if the number is less than 0, then what we can do, number is equal to -1 into number. Okay, so if we do that and try to run it, let's see what is. So in this case also it's giving us 10, which is correct answer basically. So let's say 5. Yeah, 16. I think I missed something because in the last time also I've provided 1, 2, 3, 4. If we don't put this condition as well, if we try to remove this thing, let's see what happens. Yeah, it's giving -16. So yeah, so we don't need the minus sign over here because we our expectation is to get the addition of these digits. So either we can handle it by this, like first we can put like if number is 0, or then again we will be converting it to a positive number, or else what we can do, we can like convert the result over here, and whenever printing it we'll be add multiplying it with -1, so that will also solve our problem. So yeah, so that's it for this solution. So in this solution we are doing only 3 steps for getting a prominent or appropriate solutions for this. So sum of digit, in this case we can do like first we'll take the modulus 10, then we'll calling the same function with the smaller input, which is number divided by 10, and whenever the number is getting into 0, which is our smallest valid input, in this case we'll be returning 0. So let's try with the 0. Yeah, it's returning 0, and of course it will return because we have explicitly mentioned it. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and keep like watch this channel. Basically we'll be adding another videos related to the DS algo, as well as we have created a playlist around the Node.js where I am building a user authentication system with JWT and bcrypt and all of those things. Security will be discussed there, and we'll be sending an automated mail as well. Yeah, so keep looking into the channel, do subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.